and welcome to the inaugural episode of the return to the Cyber Skull Lounge. I am your Lyric Noel loving host, Thundarius, and I am joined by my absolutely electric co-hosts.
Hey, you can't forget about me doing the same thing. Shades.
And 3 for 3, I'm Dylan.
And we are Cyber Skull Media. Now, welcome back. We have returned with the Cyber Skull Lounge. We have retooled it from what it used to be on this channel. And to take us off on the very first maiden voyage, we have a couple of very special people to the channel. We found them from covering their music on the channel, doing some reactions over on Failure Fire. Shades brought us a song from them, and it was off to the races from there. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring them on, let them introduce themselves. We're going to have some fun today. Welcome on, guys. How are you?
Hi.
I'm Lyric Noel.
My name's Russell. I'm the guitarist and producer for Lyric Noel.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got them, boys.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming.
We've been tuning into you guys' content for the longest time, it seems.
Yeah, y'all's are my favorites to show people. There's a bunch of them out there, but I'm just like, just watch this one. This is the best.
Deal.
Thank you.
Yes, we like to have fun, and you guys seem to like to have fun. So when you first showed up, you know, we covered Cry Little Sister to start. Just kind of blew us away, and then we weren't expecting you to hop in the chat and be like, oh, this was great. Like, we got to cover more of their music, man.
Of course. I don't gatekeep supporting, so I always try to respond to as many people as I can, especially people that are kind of out here doing the same thing, chasing their dreams, you know?
So what got you guys started making music? Like, how long have you been doing music?
I mean, I've been singing since I was 5 years old. I started dating Russell, and then things tremendously started to change. And we kind of been working on like just doing covers and stuff since 2018, and it's just grown to what it is now.
What about you, Russell?
Music's been a big part of my life for as far back as I can remember. I went to college for music, audio engineering, moved to Dallas. I've been a music producer working with the local scene forever. Met Lyric and things changed, so.
Well, I guess then how did you two meet?
You want me to tell the story? It's a long story.
Hey, I got time.
I'm so ADHD, so I might do this in my story.
That's our channel.
Yeah, we're chasing squirrels.
Are you guys married? By the way, just any of y'all married?
I am, yes.
Yeah, just
okay,
Dylan.
so you know how women tell stories. Okay. We're like this all over the place. Anyway, so I used to play in a band here in Dallas, and I quit that band, and then I was looking on Craigslist to find another band, and this was like 2009. So I was like, I'm aging myself, but I was 19 years old. and I found a Craigslist ad, and I called the number, and it happened to be him. I met him that way, but then like I actually was married to somebody else for many, many years. I had a kid with him and everything, and then we got divorced. And then I kind of found Russell later on down the road, not realizing he was that person. I was going to audition for his band, but I didn't. And when I just thought he was cute, so I sent him a message on Facebook Messenger, and I was like, hi, my name's Lyric. And then he was like, I know who you are. You were that chick that was supposed to audition for my band, and you never did. So we kind of... That's the short clips version of it. So yeah. I have told this story so many times that I've finally been able to kind of make it smaller.
Second chances.
For real. No, I do remember, because I was in a serious relationship back then, and I do remember seeing a picture of him, and I was like, holy crap. I don't know if I could play in a band with this guy anyway. That's the story.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story. So we've sort of known each other through the music scene for a long time. Without actually meeting. Yeah, she had contacted me about auditioning for my band at the time in like 2009. Things just, didn't really pan out. Then we went with another guy. We played for many years around the scene, and then come full circle, that band or myself and members of that other project are now the members of Lyric's project. So it's crazy how all that works out.
So what is the music scene like in Dallas?
I would say
so.
I would say, okay, so producing a lot of bands from Dallas. I would say the music scene is very full of life, but unfortunately it seems like there's a lack of venues and promoters that are really gunning for the music scene anymore. Well, I would say the original music scene, because there's plenty of bars in town that'll have a cover band, come out and play to everybody hanging out, having a good time. But there's a shortage of really good access to local original music, other than the very few venues left after, say, COVID. Things slowly, I don't know, some of our favorite venues in town slowly just dissolved over time. So
yeah,
it's been tough in the DFW, but there's still no shortage of amazing local talent.
I'll say that's true. It's just it's a venue situation. It's like every good venue keeps closing down, and then like all the big ones, you kind of have to know somebody who knows somebody to play at those.
It's tough around here. I would say it's easy to go play a show, or find shows around here, but it's hard to find shows that are really things that we fit on. So I would say we're trying to really get outside of town and reach further than the local scene. So we've played some really cool shows so far, but it would be awesome to do some touring this year. That would be great.
That's definitely a goal.
We got to get you guys to Omaha, Nebraska.
Yep, I was going to say they need a straw stone.
We got some hookups at Omaha venues and a promoter. So if you need some connections in the area, we got you.
That would be fantastic. And of course, I'd guest list all three of you.
Definitely.
We'll be there.
Well, and it's funny because he started, our buddy of ours has a music promotion company in Omaha, and not to take away from what we're all talking about, but he's been building quite the nice little, there's a collection of venues in Benson. It's a very artistic district of Omaha, very much open to a lot of independent, small Omaha locals, people from out of town, and he put together a mixed genre 2-day independent music festival this year in February called Glizzy Fest, as he started a hot dog cart.
That sounds so good.
We got a hot dog cart right outside the venue. It's awesome. You never have to leave to get food. Just walk outside, get you a hot dog, come back in, enjoy the music. And there was a ton of people on it. We've got some people trying to do some mixed genre and open things up where we're at. So, it just takes the right promoter.
That's awesome.
It really does.
And see, stuff like that exists around here too. And, we're really trying to venture out and just play more live shows. We've been doing so much behind the scenes. We've got a lot of new music in the works and a lot of things, but we're really trying to get out there this year and moving forward and see what the music scene has to offer outside of where we live.
Yeah.
So, but that would be so cool to come up there and visit and play with.
I want to do a US tour in the near future. Just got to find the right agency to make that happen.
I imagine it's a lot. I've, been playing music all my life, but never really done any touring or anything, nothing outside of local shows, except for playing in an orchestra for 2 weeks, traveling Western Europe right after high school. I play drums. I don't know what that's all about, but, something I do know about is playing covers and doing them in my own way. That's what my bandmate and I like to do. And so I wanted to know kind of what your process is to covers, like how you approach doing a cover, what really sticks out to you to make you go, I want to do a cover of that, anything behind that creatively that you could share.
I would say normally we just come up with a game plan, like a content schedule, toss ideas around for shorts or things like that. Once we decide on what our game plan is and our content schedule and the things we want to work on, generally I begin producing the music behind everything. A lot of artists, when they're doing TikTok covers or Instagram covers, what's popular these days, a lot of people will just stem the music out and remove the vocals and things. Normally what we do is take the time to just reproduce the whole thing from the ground up, but in our style. I guess what would be our style to translate, like our original music, so to speak. So the riffs are kind of in our tunings and our, what we lean towards. I would generally reproduce everything from the ground up. And when she's got everything reworked vocally and ready to go, plan a day to just normally record the audio to everything, and then plan a separate day to film. So,
because it's a lot all in one day. I'm also an annoying perfectionist, so I'm like, no, I got to retake that part again. I got to do that again. I can't. I'm never satisfied. So, and I think that's kind of come down to like being on the internet and in people's faces for the last 3 years, because people are so critical. They are so critical. So I want to take the perfect take So that way, when someone's like, "You're using autotune," I'm like, "No, I'm not, you idiot." So,
Internet's brutal.
yeah, it's
Oh, it
bad.
It is. We've gotten drug a few times on a couple videos, but overall, it's been not terrible. But sometimes you're like, what is the deal, man? But
Oh, I've had some horrible things said to me. It's just like, what do you? I'm so sorry that you're so miserable that you have to come and waste your energy over here.
For sure.
It's annoying. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's part of it, unfortunately.
It is part of it. And I don't. It's annoying whenever like people like an artist, they'll like if they do respond and then that same person will jump back at you and be like, "You're immature." Somebody who's famous or a celebrity isn't allowed to clap back is because you're on this like tier. Like, no, you're still a human being with feelings. That's
Right.
my honest thoughts on that.
We're not even famous, and Thundy doesn't make clapback.
we're gonna treat people decent and try to spread positivity. We've had people apologize for things that they've said. People just disappear. They know you're just going through some stupid shit today. You got to take it out on somebody. You could punch at me, but I'm gonna say something back.
There's plenty of things on the internet that I don't like just I'm not going to say anything because I'm not an idiot that doesn't want it back in my algorithm. So I'm just like scroll right past. That hurts that I don't understand. That hurts them more by ignoring it and scrolling past or disliking something on YouTube. You can dislike. You can't do that on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, but you know.
I don't even give them a dislike.
Right.
Yeah, just scroll past. It tells the algorithm this is uninteresting content. Duly noted. Move on. But it's not how the world works.
Well, I know. Speaking of covers, Shades wanted to know a little bit more about "Cry Little Sister." If there was any more of a story behind you guys covering that one specifically, and what you chose to do with it.
Yeah, because that one like has been my favorite since I was knee high to a grasshopper, and like that was dope to see that and hear it. Like almost brought me to tears, legit. So it was good.
Is so awesome. Well, we didn't come up with the story board for that. Our manager Maxton did. It's almost at 2 million views organically. We never ran one ad on that song, not one, and it stayed in the. I don't even know if it still is, but for several weeks it was in the top 50 metal music videos on YouTube.
Nice.
My son discovered it. He was like, "Mom, come here." He's like, "Come look at this." I didn't believe Jagger because I'm just like, whatever. And I go in there and he's like, "No, Mom, look, you're right there underneath Poppy." He likes you guys, by the way. He's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
He will obsessively sit there and watch reaction videos of me. He'll find reaction videos of me before I find them. Yeah. It's like, "Mom, look."
Shades and I have kids graduating this year, so we're old.
I had Jagger pretty young, but still, I think I'll be like in my 40s whenever he graduates. In 2023, I actually did a short of it. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I did a short of it, and it was like a few days before Russell and I got married, and it happened to go viral. And I was like, well, Halloween's almost over. We can just do this next year. I'm glad I waited because in 2023, it was all about the cover of This Is Halloween. So it would have just been too much to juggle all at once. It worked out perfectly. And our drummer actually recommended the castle that we recorded at. It was like out like an hour away in the country. He actually, with his other band, the Funeral Procession, they recorded a music video there, and he was like, "I think this would be perfect for like a vampire lair," and it was. But it's actually a wedding venue.
Of course it is.
And I do have some mild regrets about the video. Okay, so we started, it's summer in Texas, so it doesn't get dark until 7 o'clock. So we had to schedule filming for 7 p.m. and we had this low light lens and all of that, and we literally just did not want any lights coming in, considering vampires, they like vaporize into dust whenever the sun's out, so we can't have that. We get there and it takes way longer than we expect. We did not get out of that place until 3:30 in the morning. It was horrible. And my regret is I wanted to have a scene where I had just blood coming out of my mouth, and we had the fake blood. We had everything. We did go as far as to putting like bite marks on Russell's neck, but it was 3:30 and it had to be the last thing I shot because you're not getting that off. It would have ruined my makeup. And I was like, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I am so done. My poor kid, we brought him with us. It was a Sunday night. And he was like, Mom, I love you, but I can't do this anymore. Like, we're going to have to start leaving me at home for video shoots. I'm like, fine. Jeez. I let him stay out of school the next day, too.
Yeah.
He did. He had a blast. I could probably, like, in my downtime, send y'all like some behind the scenes of just what actually happened throughout the day. It was fun. So yeah, that was it. And I've always wanted to cover that song. I've always had a soft place in my heart for that particular song. And my husband was like, I don't want to do this song. And I was like, just trust me.
It was a song that I didn't really grow up on. You know, I think I had heard it years ago, but when she brought it back to my attention, I listened to the full song and I was not immediately taken by it. I don't know. I just wasn't really a big fan of the production or the arrangement. And I know it's for reference of the time and all that stuff, but I was like, I don't know about this. But, you know, come to find out, it was one of those, you know, cult following songs. So
now I'm always going to be known as the chick that covered Carol of the Bells, This Is Halloween, and Cry Little Sister.
Well, hey, we love it because that's how we found you. So
yes.
Yeah.
You
No,
know.
when y'all reacted to Gravity, though, I'm not gonna lie, I cried because I was like, thank God, like people are listening to my originals, because that means so much more to me. Like, yeah, I mean, covers they helped launch us and everything, but like I want people to start paying attention to what I'm really here for. And he can write the shit out of a song. He's not going to brag about it. I will, though.
well, we put so much work into our covers, but we've got a lot going on behind the scenes with new originals, especially, and as well as, you know, some other content we're going to be releasing soon.
Yeah, I'm not going to give too many details, but we are going to be doing a remix version of Metamorphosis. I'm not going to say what it is, but it'll be coming out very soon.
That's one of my favorites.
You like that one?
I love that song. I think it's amazing.
It's about my grandfather. He passed away in 2023 from dementia. It's kind of like, I guess the progression in the music is a depiction of that journey for him, because it was hell.
Yeah, it's a powerful song.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I always tell myself, I don't know how I'm going to top that one. I don't have anything like it.
A lot of fun putting that one together.
It was so pretty.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
The Shades and I haven't heard it yet.
No, I have not.
Dylan has listened to some of your original stuff. We haven't yet because we were going to cover more of it on the channel.
Yeah, I know
So
you
I
want your
can-
reaction.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how we're moving forward with a lot of it. Is now as long as one or two of us hasn't heard it. If the other one or two has, it's okay.
You're sitting there like they're gonna...
We've been introducing different things from older music that we all like that maybe not all three of us have heard lately, instead of just chasing whatever's the newest, hottest thing to drop because it's what we want to cover and share with people. It's been interesting bringing up some stuff from like 16 years ago that we're like, I didn't even know that existed. And you're like, how did you not know that existed? And, you know, kind of like with Cry Little
That's
Sister.
three of you instead of one.
Yeah.
So I think we got to cover Metamorphosis next, is what I'm hearing.
We do.
If
Hey.
you want to.
I'll pick that.
We did a live one take of it too.
Which one should we cover? Which one do you want us to do?
Whatever one y'all want. That one and Sungazer. The other ones don't have videos. Dreamcatcher, Secret That You Keep, and Gravity. Those don't have music videos.
I got one of our local podcasts from the Omaha scene. I got them to cover Sungazer on their show, and they were all about it. So you've got some
That's
fans in Omaha.
Aww.
Very cool.
We're spreading the gospel of Lyric Noel out here in the Midwest.
We're trying.
So cool.
I'm bashful.
So then Russell writes all the music.
Him and Robbie. Robbie wrote Gravity, and Russell like mixed and mastered it. But you can kind of hear the difference in their playing style. Like Robbie, he's more. Do you guys listen to the band Era or Born of Osiris?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's very inspired by them, and I think Russell kind of leans more towards like Periphery, Spirit Box, especially Sleep Token. So with those sounds combined, we kind of have our own sound.
I would say we're influenced by most of those bands. There's just, you know, the modern progressive sound is kind of what we're after, mixed with, you know, experimental, you know, a fusion of different things. for example, I think that's one of the things we like so much about Sleep Token is they're a fusion of so
I'm
many
obsessed
elements
with them.
that, you know, haven't really been fused before.
I am a Sleep Token fangirl.
Yeah.
If
I'm a pretty big
got
fan myself.
Oh my God. If I got the chance to meet Vessel, I think I would die. Like, I think I would actually pass away.
I'm shocked.
That dude,
From literal
he's a
shock.
one of one. His voice is crazy.
No, I know. I feel like a peasant covering his music when I do, because I'm just like, I am in no way, shape, or form this amazing. But I try.
Have y'all heard their new song?
Yes. Yes.
I have not.
I have not yet either.
Cry.
The lyrics
I
said we had to
cry.
cover it.
That song is hot right now, so it could, yeah, it's a great song.
I told Thundy on the phone today. It's like, y'all have to do it.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And my son especially, I was like, Jagger, how are we going to exist until May the 9th? He's like, I don't know, Mom. Jagger's a huge Sleep Token fan, like massive. I think he's bigger than me. We leave him at home alone sometimes, and we have cameras in our house. We were coming home one night, and I saw him in the mirror. He had this cloak on, and we have a Sleep Token mask, and he had a Sleep Token song playing, and he was just singing to himself. I mean, he would tell me I knew I was telling you all this, but I think it's great. I think it's really cute that he's so into
No, that's
music.
awesome.
Yeah, he goes to bed with Sleep Token on loop on his Alexa.
Yeah.
I would say if you could collaborate with anyone right now, it would probably be Sleep Token then.
Sleep Token or Spirit Box, certainly. Yeah, I don't think it's possible for Sleep Token, but I don't know. You know, like, you never know. Gabby Rose was able to do it because Bilmuri was relentless in their pursuit of Sleep Token. Like, from what I understand, Bilmuri like DM'd them and like made videos and just kept on like trying to get on tour with them, and it happened. So, you know, anything's possible.
That's a great live band. Bilmuri is phenomenal.
Never seen them live, and I
wanna see
want
them
to.
They're they hang out afterwards. That he'll hang out until everybody from the venue is gone. He's like the nicest guy I've ever met.
I would
he's a
imagine.
sweetheart.
I went and read up on him the other night. I got real curious because I'd heard so many amazing things about him just as a human. And I was just reading all these, like, even things that he had posted. I'm like, wow, he's a really genuine guy. Like, I went all the way back to like 2016.
Yeah, no, he's got his whole like character thing, you know, the cranking the hog and American Motorsports. He's just a crazy cool guy.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I got to see him in Omaha actually, and yeah, afterwards, man, he took time to visit with everybody as long as they wanted.
Nice.
He's a strong fella. Gave him a hug. He's a big sturdy guy.
Oh, I bet hugging him's like hugging a rock.
Yeah, he's pretty.
My
pretty tough.
brother-in-law actually looks exactly like him. I showed my sister. I was like, "Look, it looks like Dustin," and she's like, "Holy crap, it looks like my husband." So I have my own Johnny Frank.
And Gabby was super nice. They're all just super kind. Reese, his guitar
Oh, I
player,
bet they are.
just super good people.
Well, they've kind of got this like grassroots movement going on, and same with Sleep Token. I think that's why Sleep Token tours with much smaller acts, because they haven't forgotten where they came from. Not just 6 years ago, they were playing tiny venues. Now they're booking an arena tour with just them.
Oh, and they sell out fast.
I know. Well, they're not playing in Texas, so I didn't get tickets. But if they do come to Texas, I will be going. We'll have to get 3, not 2. Jagger, we went to this last tour, the Teeth of God tour, and we didn't get pit tickets because we were kind of, nervous. And Jagger was like, "Mom, next time, I don't care. I want to be in the pit. I know it's gonna be harder for me to see, but I just want to be close." I was like, "Okay, well, we'll try."
I have a very specific question for Russell.
What's up?
Not just me wanting to know, but Dylan was really wanting to know. What is your hair care regimen, sir?
Mine's better than his.
Listen, I'm a long-haired dude. I got a bond with other long-haired dudes.
So
Swab.
I wash the cheapest stuff because there's very little in it, I guess. I don't know. I don't do much. I just, wash it.
He uses car shampoo and Suave.
No, I don't do much. I just wash it and brush it.
That's it.
That's it. Ever.
Everybody wants to know about your hair.
We got very similar hair. I just had to ask.
I know you have beautiful hair too.
Being ridiculous today, but you know how it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Russell's just perfect. He like this man doesn't age either.
No.
Like I'm gonna be looking old, and he's still gonna be looking young when we get old.
I feel old. My back hurts all the time.
It does.
After we play a show, I'll get whiplash and stuff, and I'm just feel it for days every time. It's bad. So video shoots are the worst too. Yeah.
They are. They're like 8-9 hours long, and then this poor man's like his whole back feels like it's gonna fall off.
But it's still worth it. It's fun.
It is so much fun. We got a couple videos that we got one that we're storyboarding, and then like I mentioned for the remix of Metamorphosis, y'all will see that very soon.
You know, as someone who's never shot a music video, who I may be shooting my first music video this summer or this fall, you got any advice?
Advice? Well,
What do you want to know?
yeah.
Things to think about, you might not think about, things that might want to avoid.
I definitely recommend don't eat a lot before your video shoot.
I would say, most cameras and things these days are really good. I would say lighting is very important.
Yes.
Good lighting can get you great results. And
Lens.
a good lens, good lighting, good settings on the camera, all those things I think add up.
They do.
And then as far as editing, we like to use DaVinci. I've used about everything under the sun over the years, Avid Express, all the Adobe stuff, but I landed on DaVinci just because it was easy for us to work with. And we've done everything on our own using DaVinci, right? As far as editing goes.
We've never used any other program. I mean, if I'm like editing videos myself, like in like the 16:9, or is it 16:9 or not? I don't know which one's which, but
Just vertical.
yeah, vertical format. I use CapCut, but like Russell and I will film it on our Sony A7 III and then edit in DaVinci, and then he sends it over to me for me to do the finishing touches in CapCut.
Pretty streamlined process.
He does all the big boy editing. I'm just doing the social media editing. Like you see me in the project and like I'm the face of it, but really behind the scenes, I've got a team, and if it wasn't for them, like we would not be having this conversation today.
I agree. We have a lot of really amazing people we work with.
They're like Holly and George. All of my special effects makeup was done by my friend George. Like, I don't know if you saw our cover that we did of that Lady Gaga song, Bloody Mary, but he did the makeup for that. He did the makeup for This Is Halloween. And then like any glamorous makeup that you see, that's Holly. These two are my coworkers, actually. We work in the same salon together.
You said something about a story earlier. I don't remember who the story was about. Guy off camera, maybe?
Maxton.
The story.
They want to know how you came up with the story for Cry Little Sister.
Oh, right.
Do you want me to step away for a second? Because I can, and Maxton can tell the story.
Whatever. I mean, he can squeeze in there if you want to step out.
Yeah, let me step away for a second. I have to use the bathroom. Come on.
Come on down.
All right, I'm coming. Hi,
What's up?
Howdy.
Hey, what's going on?
you're working.
Yeah.
So the story for how we came up with this, the original storyboard for this, I think I threw out there was like Russell was in this castle and Lyric was in this castle, and they're like looking for each other but can't find each other.
Yeah, there wasn't
just-
much of one.
Yeah, we were just like, I don't know what to do. The night before, the music is done already. I was at home with my wife, and she was like, she's a huge Lost Boys fan, and she was like, you cannot go do this. And so I sat there and was like, all right, I'm just going to analyze some more of the movie, and came up with the idea of like, all right, she's like the next iteration of the king vampire, but now she's the queen vampire. It's modern, and she's using her, her people to guide more in. So I tried to go like a little bit more off of what the original movie was about, but with a twist, because it's not the original music. I mean, it's got its own flavor to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So that was a mad scramble the night before.
Yeah, we had the idea for what we wanted to do in place as far as filming a video, and we had the song already nailed down. Everything was done except for the video and the idea with the storyboard.
No, the storyboard just sucked before.
We had no storyboard.
storyboard was terrible.
It was one of those things we had a content schedule and the song happened to be on it and we were planning a video shoot, but we hadn't really thoroughly worked out a storyboard. And Lyric and we get so busy with so many other things. She's a salon owner. I work with a recording studio. We're pulled in so many directions. I would say we didn't have enough planning invested into the storyboard, and luckily Maxton saved the day with that one. So.
Yeah, I think that's when I came in, and that was my first directed video.
Yeah, he was like, "All right, here's what we're gonna do."
I was like, "Just stay here and do this stuff. I'm gonna film it." Yeah.
So I must add this. Lyric and I are really bad about like not having the patience or attention span to sit and watch movies. We're just like, oh, look, a squirrel, let's go work on another song. You know what I mean? We're just all in all directions. We didn't do the, what is it? The DD, the research, we didn't watch the movie or anything beforehand. We had seen the movie years ago, but we were going into this and we were like, okay, we're covering this song. Maybe we should watch the movie. And we never did right before the video.
Oh, no, you're telling our story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, we had so many things going on at the time. We were just scrambling last minute to throw it together. So it was, but we had a team of people that really made it come together.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Without the help of George, Holly. Oh,
my God.
It was so, let me go ahead and tell you, just somebody who now plans the music videos. And if there's one advice I can give you is over plan. Whatever you think you're going to miss, you're going to. At this video shoot, the vampire teeth, Robbie forgot. Did he forget him?
He didn't forget his molded teeth. He forgot because we were going to make that silly skit.
That's right. We were making a skit, and Robbie forgot the fake teeth needed, so he door dashed these fake vampire teeth into the middle of nowhere, Texas.
Like the little cheesy Holden hat.
Oh yeah, the ones you go to the CVS or the local drugstore and you find these piece of shit plastic fangs, and they never fit. They always fall out. Fangs, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean they're gag gifts, and yeah, he so door dashed it into this
vampire lair,
little castle in the middle of nowhere, Texas.
It was funny.
Nowhere, middle of nowhere. Thank you, DoorDash, for providing that. Thank you to that Dasher for coming out.
Thank you, Robbie, for being
30 miles to drop off $2 plastic.
Yeah, now I want to interview that guy and see what his thoughts were when he was driving clear out there just to take some vampire teeth to a castle in the middle of nowhere.
Dude's got balls. I'd have been like, nope, I've seen this movie.
I don't know. I think I just said figure it out and walked away. Figure it out. I've got to do other things. Lyric, you come back here.
Okay.
That's the story.
Oh, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
I overplan everything.
Oh, damn it.
Everything.
I'm trying to find the video of Robbie saying, maybe we can order some on DoorDash. I have it on my phone. And you said you wanted to screen share some things, and I gotta find it.
We're all three big movie buffs and big fans of that movie in particular. So it's no wonder that's what drew us to you guys.
I'm sure it was probably disappointing to know that I hadn't seen it since I was a child and decided to cover the song.
Yeah, I watch it weekly.
So all the dialogue from that movie.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It was just one of those things. We hadn't watched it immediately before going into the song. So we just had so many things going on and we're like, oh yeah, we have a video shoot.
Sometimes that's better though. Then you can come up with something more original. You don't lean too heavily onto it.
Right.
Exactly. This is Halloween. We had all seen that growing up, so it's just so funny, for him to even think to do that. And I was like, Robbie, you can't get teeth on DoorDash. He's like, want to bet? And they sure did.
Listen, something my grandfather always said was, it's worth doing if it makes a good story later. So that's a pretty good story.
I always heard if it feels good, do it.
Let me see if I can't. There is one where I'm going around doing fang checks on people, and that was one of the video ideas, because love Robbie, but he is always forgetting something. He is always doing something wrong. And and so is Jeremy. Jeremy, our bass player, and Robbie, they are always something missing. So we wanted to make a joke out of it. There you go. I sent them all 3D. Those two are clowns. Well, so is our drummer. Like, we're pretty much, none of us take ourselves too seriously.
Good. Never should. I mean, sometimes.
In certain situations, I guess I would, but like not. Yeah, no. Like as an artist, I think I'm a big dork. Like honestly.
We should get the rest of the band on a.
I know. No, the whole band should have been here today.
They would have had a blast.
Oh yeah, certainly, and they would also fill blank space.
Yeah, we could always do it again.
We'll figure it out.
We'll talk to Robbie. He would love to do it. I saw the screen flicker.
Hey, there's my comment.
Oh. Sup? He's crying.
See my fangs.
Oh, you? Oh, man. Well, you weren't dressed like a vampire. Wardrobe malfunction. Your voice. All right, everybody.
That was a nice witch laugh.
I brought pomade.
Looks like a bat. She does.
Hold out.
Oh, the fangs of legend.
Yep. That's pretty good stuff.
The glow in the dark fangs.
It was meant to be that, like, just goofy and stupid like that. We planned the what are those fangs scene, but Robbie left them at home, and I'm like, Robbie, we still have to do side content while we're here because people want to see that. This video got like 1 million views everywhere. I put it everywhere. It got 1 million views that I put it. It's crazy.
Oh, crap. Well, one of us is going to have to change.
Nice.
Pretty good too.
That was my little sister Kaylee's idea. Shout out to Kaylee. Everybody, teeth check. You're good. Perfect. You're good. What are those? I just wish I could find the one where he says, well, maybe we can order some on DoorDash, because I have a video of Robbie saying maybe we can order some on DoorDash in my phone.
Well, if you find it later, I can clip it into the video if you want.
I will absolutely send that to you, because there's a video of Russell getting his teeth molded for it's really cute. He doesn't want me to send it.
Yeah, I did a vampire outfit one year and had some fake teeth in, and they were a bitch to keep in all night.
No, they are a bitch to keep in.
Yeah.
They're so annoying, and we all talked like we had something wrong with us.
I didn't. I was going to, and I was like, should I brought him?
Yes, I should have taken from them. They were 99 cents.
Maybe we can order some on DoorDash.
You're serious. It's funny because like people are always accusing me of lip syncing and stuff, and I have a couple of videos where I'm doing live one takes, but I get accused of lip syncing on those too. So I'm just like, whatever. But on especially the vampire video, they're like, "There's no way she's singing with those fangs," and I literally comment back, "No, you're right. It's pre-recorded. I totally lip synced." Like, so the fuck what?
Like, don't you know how music videos are made? Don't you know how movies are made?
Oh my God, I made a video about that one time. I was like, I'd be willing to bet that if you same people that complain about industry, people using auto-tune and pitch correction software, if movie and filmmakers released films in the raw, you'd be fucking pissed because it wouldn't sound like it would sound like shit. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan had another question or two for you.
What's up?
Yeah, so you guys mentioned, Spirit Box being an influence. I know Ginger. There's a lot of, I want to say heat, like on the female fronted bands. Have you guys had any label interest?
No. Not, believe it or not.
If that comes down the road, what are your thoughts on the record industry, the labels, and how that works in today's society?
I want a label. If I were to get on a label, I would want a label to approach me first, because then I have leverage, which is why we haven't really like tried to pursue labels. It may be a situation of they're waiting to reach out to me. They got too many artists on their roster. They don't even know who I am. The only way I would sign to a label is if the contract made sense. Like even Russell has said the same thing. Like I'm not opposed to the idea of being on a label. It would have to work out in my favor, because what can you do for me that I'm already not doing on my own? I mean, yeah, they may have a little bit, they may be able to get our music on playlists. They might be able to get us into Metal Hammer magazine or wherever, but at what cost? I would be dead broke. Not own the masters to myself. And the scariest thing about it is I would not own the identity Lyric Noel. It would be gone. I couldn't use my own name on music anymore. That's scary.
I've had some friends that have kind of gone the indie route to a label, and most of them end up going back to indie just for those reasons. You know, with social media, they can do so much promotion.
Not the first time this week that I've heard that. We met an artist last Sunday, his name is Barnes Courtney, and he was telling us that he went from a major label back down to an indie label just because, for the same reasons.
Seems to be a trend.
Yeah, I feel like if a major label were to approach us, it's going to have to be the right time, and it's going to have to be the right contract for me to say yes, because I immediately would be hiring legal representation if I was approached by a label.
It feels like they had their place, and now with the internet and everybody's access to the technology they need to do it themselves, they're not that necessary anymore.
No, you would think they would start kind of like getting with the times so they can keep artists, but they do have their artists that they're leeching off of, as it were.
I know one of the only big advantages that I've heard was like tour packages and things like that. You know, a label's got a little bit more negotiating power perhaps, but
they do.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not opposed to the idea of a label. There's things that they can offer me that I can't quite offer myself as an indie artist. It would just, again, the contract would have to make sense. I'm open to anything, but I'm going to keep down the path of being independent as long as I can.
It makes sense right now.
Another question we had was, what are your guys' thoughts? Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
That's so funny. We were just talking about that 2 minutes ago. I love pineapple on pizza, especially mixed with like raw jalapenos and pepperoni.
Yes, the Surfer Boy pizza.
I love it. I don't care. You can call me crazy.
No,
we actually have pineapples in our fridge. We just eat them like by themselves all the time.
Definitely team pineapple over here. But we have another food related question that has happened quite a bit in our community. And since you're from Texas, we're very much pro Whataburger. You got any thoughts on Whataburger?
He loves Whataburger.
Whataburger's, it's good.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It used to be better.
It used to be better, yeah.
They want too much money for shit customer service, and the food has gone downhill, if you want my honest opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Whataburger.
We got brand new ones in Kansas City, so.
If y'all come to Texas, we will take you guys personally to this place we love to go. It's called Rodeo Goat. I don't know if there's one in Nebraska, but it's one of those
I don't think so.
fancy burger places. Like you got to get your fries separate. So that's how you know the burger's gonna be good. But they have the best burger, and one my husband always gets is called the Bodacious. It's got, what does it have on it? It's like grilled jalapenos.
It's good.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Well, the one I've been getting lately is called Lee Gibbons.
Yeah, you've changed it up recently. Y'all got to come to Texas, and we will personally take all y'all.
All right, Cyber Skull Adventure.
I've got family in northern and southern Texas, so.
You do?
Yes, I've got a lot of family in Wichita Falls, and then my sister lives in Houston. Yeah.
Didn't you grow up close to Wichita Falls?
Yeah, that's kind of from where I came from, emerged from, I would say.
What city was it, Russell?
It's a little town, greasy spot in the road called Seymour, Texas.
Sounds familiar.
It's between, if you're coming from Wichita Falls and then you're driving to Lubbock, you're gonna probably go around this little town because they finally built a bypass, and I'm sure the town's dying because of it, you know? I don't know. I haven't been back to visit in many years.
His parents moved away from there, so he hasn't been there in forever.
But yeah, it's a little small farming, hunting community that I was raised in. And then I got out of there and just chased music all these years. So.
Oh, can I tell them about,
What?
You've been Indeed.
I see.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna have to cut that whole thing.
I didn't hear nothing.
Sorry, guys.
So is there any music right now, like any bands or artists that you're really listening to heavily right now?
Novelists, and obviously Sleep Token, but that'll never end. But Novelists is definitely a band that's really been inspiring me lately. Emergence, over and over and over again. And then Spirit Box, Bilmuri. Yeah, mostly Novelist, Bilmuri, and Spirit Box. I'm kind of lame.
So what made you want to do metal music out of everything else that's out there?
Well, when I first started singing, I was singing like Britney Spears and NSYNC and, you know, like bands like that. And then my daddy, he came into my room one night and he said, the music that you listen to is garbage. And he gave me a single cassette tape of Smells Like Teen Spirit. It was just that song. And then grunge was actually my gateway to metal music. So I'm a total grunge fanatic. And then I started listening to Kitty, and then I started listening to Arch Enemy, and then I found out I could do it. So I was just like, okay, cool, it's possible.
I think Brackish is like one of my top songs.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
Brackish, all good stuff.
There might be a cover in the works of Brackish, who knows?
Ooh.
I want to do what Poppy did. You know how Poppy like covered Spit and she fucking slayed it? I want to do that with Brackish.
Okay.
That, and I want to do Something in the Way by Nirvana. Those are two covers that I would be okay with doing, because I've actually been trying to like step away from doing covers because I don't want to be known as a cover artist. But if it's covers that I like and I want to do, not that I didn't like Cry Little Sister, it was definitely, I knew people would love it, so that's why I did it. And I do love that song, but I'm kind of like leaning towards like, I don't want to do what's trending anymore. I just want to do what I'm in the mood to do right now.
So speaking of grunge, your cover of Nutshell was amazing.
Oh my God, thank you.
I love Alice in Chains. When I saw you did that, I was like, yes, this is
I wish I had a video. That was one of my earlier works with Russell. I told him I wanted it to sound like Polyphia. He understood the assignment.
Yeah, I would say so.
That solo he did on the end was stupid. His guitar playing capability, like I don't even think, like I think that song specifically really showed how talented and advanced of a player he really is.
Aw. I don't really practice enough these days. I'm just so consumed with producing music and doing content. And at any given time, I have a ton of projects I'm working on at my recording studio. So we stay busy.
Do you typically play an 8-string? Is it what it looks like in your videos?
Yes, I've played an 8-string for probably 15 years now. I have a few 6-strings around that I'll use for certain applications, you know, recording or jamming along with my son. But, you know, most of the time my brain thinks on an 8-string, you know, it just makes so much sense. And when I pick up a 6, it feels like a toy these days. So.
Well, I love that you play an 8-string without like leaning too heavily into like gent. You know, usually people get 8-string and they get like real gent heavy, but I love what you do with your guitar, man.
He's sparing with it.
Yeah, I love the genty sound or whatever. You know, it's fun to play, and I don't know. For me, the genty stuff is just it's rhythmic. I try to find a good mix of the rhythmic sound with melodic. You know, a little bit of playing with shred. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think the way our other guitar player Robbie and I, the way we write everything together, and we can incorporate dual leads and melodies on some stuff, and there's a lot of cool music I can't wait for everyone to hear.
Yes, our new stuff is way different from the Sungazer EP.
It's a lot. We're exploring more as far as guitar work. Because like I mentioned before, the band supporting Lyric Noel came from another band entirely that was more of like a technical progressive metal band.
Didn't you say that you guys were listed on like one of the pioneers of gent music?
Yeah, so forever ago there was a website called gotgent.com back when Veil of Maya and Born of Osiris and Periphery and all these bands started surfacing. You kind of had like, I don't know, I would say this was like 2005 through 2010. There was a shift in the music world, or the metal world, I would say, where I noticed bands I had friends that were pointing out that bands either sounded like Meshuggah or they didn't. You know what I mean? Like as far as like that off time, groovy polyrhythms and stuff. So you had bands that were like speed metal and playing fast and, you know, crazy and shred and, you know, even groovy. But then you had these bands that were experimenting with all these polyrhythms and just grooves that you typically didn't hear. I remember being out of college and hearing Veil Maya for the first time. And I was just like, this is where music's headed. And this was, I don't know, 2008 maybe. So many bands now, as you notice, so many bands are heavy into polyrhythms. It's almost a staple in modern rock and metal. It's just one of those things. I latched onto that so many, what feels like ages ago. And I think I've kind of been involved in that realm, you know, the progressive metal and gent scene or whatever for many years, even in some of the local projects that I've worked with. I don't know. I think we're trying to find a new sound. We're able to mesh the kind of old technical progressive thing that my band, the group of guys that we have working with us, we were trying to achieve, but with, I don't know, kind of a fresh sound, fresh vocalist. I mean, it's all, you know, we're just trying to do everything fresh.
You should tell them about the Squidbillies thing.
So
that is something you can tell them.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are a fan of Squidbillies.
Look at them. Of course they like Squidbillies.
Yeah, we do.
Some of the guys from this current project that we were from a former project called In Search of Sight. It was a Dallas-based experimental progressive metal band. Years ago, we won a contest to be featured on Adult Swim, the Squidbillies show, and we
Send it.
We did a metal version, and they featured it as the theme song for the show.
Well, then I've heard it.
Okay, do you remember the metal band? And everybody's like mad. They're like, "Why did Death Clock do the season finale of Squidbillies?" I actually wrote that, or like reimagined.
Okay.
I knew they were gonna know. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it.
That was
As soon as I
But
said something.
That was the progressive metal band that I was in. We just, you know, did that for fun.
Should we play it?
Yes.
Send them the link.
I am doing that right now because I know you won't do that. I have to brag on you because nobody else will.
Yeah, it feels like ages ago. I think the pictures.
He looks like a baby.
The pictures from that specific video that she's sending over, those were all taken from the Mayhem 2012 festival, I believe. And
Like the Rockstar Mayhem tour?
yeah, like the Rockstar
Yeah.
Mayhem. So again, my band, In Search of Sight, years ago, we had done a lot of cool things locally, but we never just broke past that. We never got to the next level and, you know, did a lot of touring or got signed or any of that stuff. I would say we were one of the go-to, you know, metal bands in the local scene that were on big shows. We won a lot of battles. We actually won the Battle of the Bands against Polyphia and a couple of other really, really great local bands at the time. And this was back when Polyphia was unsigned. They were a bunch of, you know, local kids. And we were all on a battle together to play the Mayhem Festival in 2012 here at the JEXA, that's what it's called.
JEXA Energy Pavilion.
Energy Pavilion. And we ended up winning the battle under the In Search of Sight group. And that's what these pictures are from, actually. So,
Well, should we take a listen to this?
Absolutely.
Good.
Hey, look, it's young Russell.
I feel like you look the same. God, you've improved so much as a producer since then.
that was
Golly. I'm not saying it sounded
Forever
bad. It's
ago.
just completely different. Like you
That
have
was forever
ascended.
ago. Feels like.
You are just like amazing.
Well, thank you. But like I mentioned, some of the members from that project are now, you know, the guys we're working with.
Actually, no, it's just you. Because
Well, not from that old lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the guitar players in that old lineup, he passed away a couple years ago. That was rough because I met him right when Russell and I first started dating, and I just fell in love with him as a person, and he was very ill, and he died within like a year of me being with Russell, and we kind of knew it was coming. We just didn't know when. So that was rough. He was such a sweetheart. We had him on our memory table at our wedding.
Yeah, he was.
You think Russell was good? Russell's a great guitar player, but man, he was
Phenomenal. He was one of the best guitar players in town. He was wild seeing this guy play. He would pick and move his fingers so fast, like it would be a blur. Like it was insane. I'd never seen anyone play like this. It was almost like a nervous tick seeing him. He would pick like this. Only he moved so fast, it was like literally like a blur. He wouldn't pick like strum. He just like did this in and out. And it was the wildest technique I'd ever seen. He was an amazing guitar player, but he passed away a few years back from cancer. We kind of kept the band going. We brought on a few new members. And then eventually things started taking off with Lyric and her project, that we brought everybody over that we needed to fill the space, bass, the other guitar player. And then we brought on Jaron, our drummer, which at the time, it was kind of funny. We didn't have a band put together, and the first actual band shoot we threw together was the Carol of the Bells shoot. And we were scrambling for musicians really just to fill the space, because we didn't have a band. This is just something Lyric and I put together, and it ended up taking off. Last minute, I knew that Jaron was a guy I had recorded at my recording studio with another project, and he blew my mind, and I knew I had to reach out. So thankfully he was able to fill the spot. And we had Jeremy, our bass player. He stepped up, and
Jeremy's a hoot, man.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have gotten a word in edgewise on this interview today if we had Jeremy. Y'all four would just be little peas in a pod.
Yeah, the rest of the band would have so much fun. So we'll have to do this again sometime.
If y'all want to.
Oh, for sure.
100%,
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
So, do you have a song that you think would lend itself, an original, to a blues rock cover? I'm asking for a very specific reason.
You talking about Make It Rain?
No, I'm just wanting to know if there was a specific song of yours you think would lend itself well to a blues rock cover.
A specific song of one of my originals?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Thundy to cover. He's getting it. He wants to cover one of your originals.
Probably Metamorphosis or Dreamcatcher, but I would do Metamorphosis because I feel like that one's more well known than any other song that we have.
Yeah, that would be a good one, I think.
Just do it. I want to hear it.
Okay.
No pressure.
I don't know when it'll be. We're in a process of getting some new equipment. I'm about to get brand new snare drums. Kind of happy I figured out what I wanted. So been geeking out about equipment recently.
We just got an e-kit actually for Jaron last week. We're going to start live streaming our rehearsals.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Nice.
We got more space. We got into a house. We've expanded our studio and our content room, and just moving up, kind of like y'all. And congrats again, by the way. That's so cool.
Yes, for real.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
an accomplishment. We want to come up there. We'll come stay in the little hotel.
Hey, I might be able to get the room comped. I got connections.
You don't got to do that.
It's the least we could do.
Sure.
You guys have
We're
done
an
so
hour
much.
drive. We're an hour drive from the Omaha airport. A town of less than 5,000 people. I'm from the country outside of a town of like 200 people.
My graduating class was like
5
between
people.
20 and 30 people. Maybe.
16.
So, yeah, it was like 20 something. That's yeah. So I tell a lot of friends here in the city that they're like, I graduated with like 1,000 people. I just can't even imagine.
I grew up
such
in
a
the
thing.
city my whole life, so I don't know anything about growing up in the country.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm messed up.
That's why I have an Atlanta number, because I went to college in Atlanta. That's why I have a Georgia number. So telling people where I was from, they were like, that's a real place. My roommate was from DC. So telling them about this small town and cornfield parties and and things like that. You know, they were just blown
Your
away.
background.
Yeah.
Russell used to wrangle rattlesnakes when he was a kid.
No, it's
Oh,
funny.
that sounds
Everybody
fun.
sees me and they think I'm like initially like a California hippie or something. Just, you know, I don't know, the hair. Or they say I look like Jesus. But
To Jesus.
to Jesus. But no, I'm a total redneck. Like I hunt and fish and all that stuff too. So
you'll enjoy coming out here then. You'll be like, it's like coming home.
oh yeah. I'm always looking forward to getting out and going fishing and getting outdoors and stuff because I don't get too much these days. We're just so busy, you know. There's a saying I use all the time now. It's to strike when the iron's hot. I feel like we're surrounded by so many cool opportunities with this project that I've got so many friends and family saying, take some time off, take a vacation, you know? And I know we need one, but
Well, we can rest when we're dead, I guess.
yeah, I know.
It's mostly me. We got more shit to do.
Yeah, we're constantly on the grind because we have a lot of cool things going on. So
We do. It doesn't seem like it on the surface, but yeah, we've got a lot. I'm getting antsy because I want to release new music, but this is going to take a little bit of extra time.
Of any of the bands that you guys are really into, or have you got to play with any of your like big inspirations or anybody that you really look up to?
Not yet. He has. I have not.
yeah, I have in the other project that I was mentioning. Over the years, we've opened up for what seems like everyone. But,
Periphery, Bilmuri.
well, I mean, not even them. Though
They played with Lorna Shore before they blew up.
Yeah, was that with the old singer though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so the pictures from the Squidbillies thing, those were photos from the Mayhem Fest where we opened up for Slipknot, Slayer, Anthrax, Motorhead, 20 or 30 other bands on that bill. But
The thing about my project is we kind of reverse engineered everything. Like I blew up online before I had played a major show. So that's the battle we're trying to tackle right now is try to get us on shows.
yeah,
And it's a lot more difficult than you think it is.
Well, I follow a lot of bands that are like not really major, like not arena bands. So we're talking like club shows, bar shows. Yeah, Dallas doesn't seem to get a lot of those kind of shows. It seems to be like North Oklahoma, like Tulsa, Oklahoma City. They have a very vibrant music scene, but I don't see much in Dallas.
No, there's not. I know that when Casey's about to go on tour, and I'm gonna catch her in Oklahoma and sing with her on stage for one song. So that's pretty much. I wish I had more to report on that front.
it's that content game that you're always chasing. You know, I mean, just keeping up with, you know, a content schedule and, you know, edits and releases and dates and everything. You know, I mean, all while in the background trying to focus on identifying as an original artist and refining our sound and writing this new record and all the things we're doing. You know, it's overwhelming, and Lyric has, you know, she's been experiencing a little burnout on the just keeping up with the social media side of things, especially. You know, it's being berated by just nonsense and comments, and just it'll wear anyone out, as y'all know. You know, I mean,
Constantly being compared to Marilyn Manson too. That's annoying. I've gotten to the point.
I don't get that.
Huh?
I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying that
Talent-wise is so.
well, it's like,
you're
you know,
phenomenal.
we've gotten so much love for the Cry Little Sister cover we did, but it's also just, you know, just
better.
the
I'll
amount of
say
hate,
things.
it's just nonsense hate of people comparing it to other versions out there. It's
Listen
like,
to it.
we're like, okay, awesome, go listen to theirs. Why are you here?
So
Hurry.
I've heard all of them. I'll be honest. I have like 30 versions of that song, and yours is by far the best cover.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And
Russell,
I'm not just saying that because you're on camera with us. Like I've heard them all, and yours is the best.
That's awesome.
it's definitely one of my favorites that we've done.
I'm glad we decided to roll with it, because remember originally it was one of those songs, you know, when we were coming up with a content list, I just wasn't a huge fan of the song initially, but it grew on me quickly. So I'm so glad we did that.
Your biggest gripe was that it had 3 verses. You're like, why?
It's so strange because, like, you know, the song builds up and has this bridge, and it's like got that climb up, and then it builds, and then it's just like it comes full circle for just another verse, and I'm like, and then as y'all know, even looking back, our version has the repeating chorus on the end that just goes and goes and goes. But I tried to, again, just keep it true to the song and follow what they did. And it's just this long repeating chorus on the end.
I get lost doing it live. Like, I cannot tell you, we've done it live a few times and I get lost every time because it's, where am I at now? Like, my drummer, actually, if you ever got the opportunity to see us live, our drummer backs me up on that song. Like, he does the backup vocals and backup screams on that. So I'm actually not screaming on that one live. Jaron does all that.
Jaron's awesome.
Yeah, Jaron does all of my backup vocals.
Right on.
I've let my sister perform with me a couple of times. My little sister, she's a really good singer too. But unfortunately, she's not active in the social media game, but I'd like to get her on it because McKenna can really sing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this year is like the year of change for us.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna dig this new shit coming out.
You think so?
If it's marketed properly.
Yeah.
That's something we've come to terms with too. It's like, okay, we're gonna have to start dumping money into this. Like marketing money.
It seems no matter how large of a social media following through TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube that you're able to kind of, you know, capture and round up, it's the resources that, you know, some labels have over an independent outfit like us, of, you know, being able to get the music to reach places we can't initially. That's why we're, you know, being independent, you know, to have the same reach as a lot of labels, you have to really dump money into marketing and promoting material.
Which is our next step.
Yeah, that's something we haven't really gone deeply into in the past. I mean, we've done some little marketing campaigns on songs, but we've just barely scratched the surface as far as that's concerned. So this is all pretty new territory for us, you know. We're learning as we go as an independent group, you know.
I think our time will come whenever we get approached by some sort of label management, something like that. I do believe that it's gonna take an original popping off like one of our covers have. That's gonna be probably what does it. Yeah, I wish I could show you the new originals, but I don't know.
You could.
I know we don't have a huge reach, but anything we can ever do to help you guys out, let us know. We'll always have you on, you know, share stuff out, whatever we can do.
You guys are so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime y'all post anything, I'm like, maybe we should we show them the They all made the face! Yeah, all made the face.
Yeah. That means it's good.
Maxon said cut it. I cut it right
Nice.
I'm sold.
They didn't even get to heal me.
You
see.
get a taste.
Maxon
Thank you.
said, no,
Thank you.
sir. Okay, and then you can hear this one. This one I'm more excited about.
You've been indeed.
All right.
That's the idea.
Well, that was your voice is so good. I love it.
That was good stuff. I dig it.
Yes.
Maxon's like, okay,
want the
fade
whole
off,
thing.
fade off.
There's some logistic stuff in it. This is why I say with planning any videos, plan everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're gonna be scrambling the day of, going, "Fuck, what do I do?"
I can't tell you how many times I've gotten really upset on a video shoot. I did during the Sungazer video shoot. I actually almost passed out. I turned white because we were filming. What was it, in June?
It was June or July. It was hot as shit.
Oh, and I was in full tactical gear.
It was in
We were in a warehouse
with no AC and not really ventilated. Just a bunch of fans blowing 120-degree air at you.
Yeah, and I was forced to eat stuff with a bunch of sugar. They were like, "You're going to die if you don't."
You were overheated.
I was so overheated.
Yeah, the Texas heat gets brutal.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of my summer times in Texas.
No, it's I actually get seasonal depression around this time of year because I fucking hate summer.
I love that.
You're just stupid.
That's fantastic.
You know what? We're moving to Nebraska.
The snow here sucks. The snow here sucks.
Yeah, no.
I bet the snow is awful.
Kansas
Yeah, we
City's
just
the
had
furthest-
people have no power. They just had no power because of the blizzard we had. It went from almost 80 degrees one day to a blizzard the next day, and then they didn't have power for a few days.
It's March 23rd and they have a blizzard. You see the fucking problem with that? That's
Do you see the fucking problem with 115-degree weather?
No,
With
you-
120-degree index?
No, if your heat or if your shit goes out, you could go cook your eggs on the sidewalk. You're okay.
It's hard out here for goth bitches. Okay, it's hard. I am not that pale, honestly. I'm really not that pale.
Yeah, the sun is definitely my enemy. I got to reapply 100 SPF every 15 minutes.
I don't go out of the house without sunscreen because it makes you old to be on the sun.
More for me.
You can have all the sun if you want.
Love it. Bring it all. I'm like a lizard, man.
I actually have a lizard. Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah, and he enjoys that heat lamp, right?
He does. He's really
Hell yeah,
cute
he
though. His
does.
name is Blue.
What do you got? A bearded dragon?
No, I have a leopard gecko.
So do I, right behind me.
What? Get it out! I'm gonna go get Blue. Hold on.
Hey, people love pets on the internet, so
Oh my goodness! I used to have a Baldy too. My George has her now. The one who did my SFX makeup. I gave Delta to him. They are all named after Jurassic Park raptors.
Yeah, this is Shrimp. It's my daughter's pet.
Oh, how cute. We got all these for Jagger because he was going through a Jurassic Park thing. And hey, buddy. He is so sweet. He does not mind being held at all. He does. Sometimes he'll poop on you and then he like gets freaked out and starts running away. And I'm like, no, Blue, we can't do that. I have 4 cats. Sabbath almost killed him once.
the Shades and I are boring. We just have one cat.
I have too many. Russell rescued Blue from being eaten by Sabbath one time. Yeah.
Did you know lizards can scream?
Leopard geckos especially. They make noise.
Yeah, I was working at my computer, and in the other room, I heard this this tiny little squeaking sound, and it sounded like if you were to imagine like a balloon, like you just like have a hole in a balloon, just like this tiny little squeak, just going and going, and I was like, what is that sound? Where's that coming from? And then I ran in there and our cat had busted the top entry into the, to the leopard gecko cage. He was just like,
he had his whole paw in there. I thought
seconds
Blue was
away
gonna
from
die.
scooping him up, but I went in there and stopped him.
You wanna go back to bed? I bet you're already cold. Say bye. He's very docile. He likes people.
Yeah, and we have a few cats as well, so.
3 cats and 2 huskies in my house.
Oh, cool. Yeah, what stories do we have to tell
I have the one
before we get
from
going?
the Sun Gazer shoot where Jaren.
Anyway, so the Sun Gazer shoot, we in between shooting scenes or whatever, we all decided we were going to go out to the car for a quick safety meeting. So we all go out to the car for a safety meeting. Jaren, our drummer, he did not partake in the safety meeting, but he was wearing. We just weren't really thinking, but he was wearing the what was it?
The vest.
The
He's wearing
vest.
all black tactical gear.
Yeah, he was blacked out.
Looks like a fucking cop.
And he looks like a cop, and a car full of people, and he comes just like strolling up. And he freaked everybody
We were
out.
feeling really safe until he did that.
Jaren is like,
Really safe.
Jaren doesn't ever partake in safety meetings, and neither do I. So I didn't get to experience this. I wish I could, but I can't. It makes me
I
paranoid.
still keep my head on a swivel. It's been.
So does he.
I mean, it scared
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
He definitely
He
does.
knocked on the window like a cop.
He did. Jaren didn't think about that. He doesn't ever do anything. Jaren's so straight edge, but so am I.
He's addicted to Dr. Pepper.
It's all about the Dr. Pepper.
Dude, yes, that's Jaren's vice, Dr. Pepper. So take notes so you can bring that up next time we have an interview with him on camera. He would love this. Jaren's a ham, so he would eat this up.
So I was going to mention we're dialing in our live streaming setup to where we can actually rehearse and play like a show over a live stream. One day it might be cool if once we get all that dialed in, if we want to meet back up with y'all over some kind of a stream where we're able to possibly perform some songs live and then sit down and talk. We're dialing in our setup now, so
We pretty much, I think we're close to having it dialed in.
yeah. We eventually want to do it big on like Twitch and have a big channel where we're streaming, live rehearsals and, jamming and,
Someone from
Q&A.
Twitch reached out to us and asked us to get involved. He was just like encouraging us to start live streaming. So that's part of the reason why we got the e-kit that I was telling y'all about. I guess I did forget to mention Parkway is another band that I'm obsessed with.
There are a lot of influences that we're not really even naming. So
Yeah, I mean, God, I'd have to really dig down deep. In Flames, the band that I really like. You've seen me probably wear their shirts in some of my videos.
that's us meeting.
Yeah, so funny story. When Russell and I first met in person, we met at an In Flames concert, and then that very same night, we got to hang out on the tour bus with them. But I had actually met the band previously in like 2008, and they remembered me because they took me on the tour bus that night. I said to him, I don't know if you remember me, but I like went down the list of what happened that night. He's like, I do remember you. And he invited me on the tour bus. He was even like recounting stuff from that night. So I knew he remembered. I was actually surprised that he remembered because they've been touring for years.
It was super random. We were leaving the venue and it had already cleared out mostly and everyone was gone, but we were walking and leaving the venue and we were walking around the side and he comes rolling up on a golf cart and offered us IPAs and invited us onto the tour bus, the singer of In Flames. It was pretty cool.
I think Swedish people are just nice. I don't know. I mean, their culture, like they listen to metal music predominantly over there too. Like I feel like we would fit in over there.
I think so.
And it's also dark most of the year on that side of the world.
When according to our stats and what we see online, we have a really big following over there.
If we do tour, we would definitely want to explore a European tour. Eventually, I want to tour like regionally, like here nationally first, and then maybe move on to a European tour.
Touring and doing it right is something that we want to do eventually, but I would say in the near term, what I would like to shoot for, what I would like to see us do is to get onto some of these larger festivals rather than just be touring town to town, venue to venue, just doing this, the small time, digging the trenches, you're building your career out there touring. Rather than doing that necessarily, I think we need to just focus on aiming for these larger festivals and these out of town things where many bands are coming together. Because I mean, as you know, a lot of like, for example, what is it? Incarnation Festival.
Or Incarceration.
Incarceration
up in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are a lot of really big bands on that festival and some really awesome up and coming artists on the festival as well. And that's what
Alex is on Incarceration.
Yeah, we're trying to get in on some of these festivals as an up and coming artist and, be part of these deals rather than just go out there and just grind and on these just.
You guys familiar with Furnace Fest?
Yes.
I'm actually not.
Oh, Furnace Fest, like for like metal and hardcore, it's a 3-day festival in Alabama. It's in an abandoned furnace factory. And it's literally like a who's who of old and new, like Knocked Loose, 18 Visions plays there a lot.
It's a third string thing? Oh, wow.
I've definitely heard of it. It's, ran by some people from here in town, I think. So that's what I foresee, unless we have some amazing tour offer and the cards align where we're able to go out and do something like that soon. I just foresee us branching out and playing some larger shows outside of town occasionally, rather than just going on just some crazy long tour. And outside of that, we're going to be streaming soon regularly, doing the,
I think things are going to change for us tremendously this year. It's just a couple little tweaks we have to make in what we're doing. And like I mentioned, the marketing behind all of that and really trying to push original music and only occasionally doing covers. I probably will see a drop in numbers, but it's okay. So
Temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gotten to that point where we've captured an audience with doing a lot of these covers, and now we're trying to slowly incorporate more of the originals. So, which means we're going to do less covers in time, but it's all about quality, not quantity. So,
right.
We used to be cranking out shorts every week. I mean, multiple shorts a week.
Like daily.
And we don't really do that much anymore. We're just mostly focused on writing and then doing the occasional cover song where we're just putting more energy into the one cover. And then, rather than just doing all these shorts just back to back to back. But we do have some cool shorts in the pipeline as well. So.
Yes, we do.
We'll definitely have to do more of these. Thank you for coming on. This was an absolute blast. I had so much fun today. You guys were so much fun.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, thank you all again for having us.
You know, we're big fans, so getting an opportunity to talk with both of you, it's awesome.
I love that. That makes me feel so special because I just feel like a regular. I don't feel like anything special. I do love that all three of you are wearing different pieces of the merch. Which one is that? You got the Dreamcatcher one, okay.
I got Dreamcatcher, yeah.
I got the Raven.
Got the butterfly.
I love that.
Well, it's been a blast today. We won't take up any more of your time. We'll definitely have you back on. Tell people where they can find you, what you've got going on, and what you got coming up, and we'll get on out of here.
We had such a good time. Thank you so much for having
thank you all
us.
again.
And let us know when you want the whole band together. I'll talk to the guys this week and see when everybody can get. We would have to.
No, you move it back.
Move it back here.
Yeah,
Okay. We'll get everybody on the video. I think you'll love them.
Oh, for sure. We'd love to talk to them.
They are so much fun.
But back to what you were saying, where you can find us.
You can find us on Instagram at Lyric Noel Music. You can find us on TikTok at Lyric Noel Official, Lyric Noel on YouTube, and Lyric Noel on Facebook. And then also Lyric Noel on Spotify and all streaming platforms. Oh, yeah. And also our website, www.lyricnoel.com. Also, be sure to visit our merch store at lyricnoel.com/merch. I look forward to doing this again.
It's been a lot of fun.
You have a lot of editing to do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I just want y'all to know how talented and special this person is because I would not be here without him. So
It's all a team around here, you know?
You do most of the work.
Hey, someone's got to lead from the front.
Yeah. But we got a lot of awesome stuff on the way. I can't wait for you guys to
I wanted them to hear the rest of everything, but Maxon was
soon.
like,
Very soon. Yeah, it won't be long. Well, hopefully by the next time we're able to do this, we'll have a lot of new content, new videos, new music, perhaps to talk about.
Behind the scenes stories.
New funny stories for sure.
Thank you guys for coming out. This was the relaunch of the Cyber Skull Lounge. We hope everybody had a good time out there watching today. Go follow these guys everywhere you can. The links are in the description. Like, subscribe, let us know, how much you dig these guys in the comments below. And we will be bringing you another Cyber Skull Lounge sometime soon. So, catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Thank y'all.
Later.
Yeah.
See ya.